In this video, I'm going to get candid with you and share with you my personal story and let you in on my brand journey because I don't think a lot of you even know that I have my own fashion brand. But my fashion brand is literally what started everything, and it is what brought me here to also start this channel. So anyways, welcome back to the Start Your Fashion Business channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm the host of this channel. If you want to learn about all things fashion business, then you have come to the right place. So it's time for me to address and show you my brand and how I actually started it. So back in 2010, I started my brand, This Is a Love Song. I actually had very limited resources at the time. And it's funny to think because when I was really young, I was like a little girl. I always knew I wanted to do something in fashion, but I thought that I was going to be a fashion designer and not really like have my own brand. But I discovered the business side of fashion, I think after high school. And that's what really got me hooked. And I also think because I was raised by parents who are entrepreneurs, I always just knew I wanted to have my own business. So I wasn't very new to entrepreneurship in that sense. However, my parents weren't always as successful in their business. In fact, we went from having a lot to having nothing, which is also something I want to share with you because when I started my brand, it wasn't like I had rich parents. I didn't have backing or funding or investors. I literally started my brand with just a few $1,000s and a dream. And the thing is, I'm actually glad, that happened to me, especially when my parents divorced. It was really, really tough. But I think I needed that because it basically woke me up. It shook me up to the core. And I knew that I can't give up on my dream if I want to create this amazing life. I didn't want to have a mediocre life. In fact, I remember my first job in the fashion industry was as a visual merchandiser. And at the time, I was getting paid $320 here in Bali, and that's around like 5 million rupiah. And it's crazy to think that if I didn't start my fashion brand, yes, of course I would have raises and, a higher salary, but I would not be able to afford the lifestyle that I have now. And that's all thanks to my brand. However, that job, I had that job for about a year and a half, I would say, and I was saving up a lot to start my brand. But at the end, I didn't have much. I only had a few $1,000s. However, I just had all of my creativity, made it work, and launched my brand, This Is a Love Song. And I launched that brand in 2010. And thankfully, I launched it in Bali, and Bali is such an amazing place. It really is a place where if you are creative, especially with your resources, you can actually make things work. Resources that you can tap into to be able to create a brand with not a lot of capital. So that's basically what I did. And at the beginning, I did a lot of it myself. And that was, of course, exciting, but also tiring to do everything yourself, from the product development to the selling. I was selling in my own store here in Bali and literally doing that from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. And then on top of that, doing the marketing, doing the content creation. At the time I didn't have enough money to hire photographers, so I had to really be creative with that too. But as my business grew, I always reinvested it back into my business to grow it even more. And for the first 2 years, things were really, really slow. But I learned a lot because I was in my store every day, talking to my customers, and also meeting a lot of cool people because we had a lot of celebrities randomly walking in the store. I think Bjork was one of them, Cara Delevingne was one of them. But in 2012, that's when it really took off because I realized wow, there's a whole other world out there that I can take my brand to, which is wholesale and the international market. But at the time, I didn't know anything. And guys, I actually did go to a fashion business school for 2 years before I moved to Bali, but it did not actually help me at all to become a fashion entrepreneur. Yes, I learned some things such as merchandising and fashion calendars and how to plan a fashion line, but it didn't teach me how to sell, how to market, and how to run your own business. And those were things I had to learn myself from doing. But thankfully, again, Bali made it so easy for me because if I ran out of fabric, I could just go to the fabric store, then buy the fabric, drop it off to the manufacturer, organize all of the trims, and do that at an affordable price. And because I was also in Bali, there, we have so much access to beautiful locations, to so many creative people that I was able to collaborate, create beautiful content, create all of these beautiful imagery, and be able to like market it that way in a very affordable manner as well. So I have to say, I do credit a lot of my early success to this island. I just love this island so much. It really is where everything started. And that's also one of the reasons why I decided to give back. So in 2013, the story continues. 3 years after I've been in my brand, I was basically running out of supply. There was a lot of demand, which is a great problem to have. But when I was starting to wholesale internationally, I couldn't keep up with the demand. So I needed to find a different solution for my manufacturing to be able to deliver all of these orders. So that's when I decided I'm going to do my own production. And so I started to buy a couple of machines, hired a pattern maker, hired some seamstresses, cutters, and set up my own production line. And fast forward to now, it's called Tile Studio, and we've helped over 1,000 brands probably in the course of the last 10 years. We've been around since 2013. And again, like I really never wanted to take the production outside of Bali because one of my core missions was to be able to continue to create here and to also support the community that has helped me so much in my brand building journey, because this place is truly magical. And it is actually home to a lot of fashion brands from around the world. It is such a resourceful place with a lot of craftsmanship. So a lot of brands actually manufacture here. And these are bigger brands. So why am I telling you all of this? Well, the thing is, for me, I'm really, really proud of my roots. And since I've built this community called Start Your Fashion Business, especially during the pandemic, I've had many community members wanting to organize a retreat or a meetup. And so that has always been a dream of mine. Because of course, like over the past 2 years, we've always connected online. Now that the borders are open in Bali, I am planning an actual fashion business retreat this year in Bali to bring you in on this magical island and to inspire you on your brand building journey and to show you what's possible, because that's what Bali was to me. And I know that it can be for you as well. So with this fashion business retreat, it is open to anyone that is planning on starting a brand, or maybe you're already fresh in your brand building journey, or maybe already halfway. So it's really open to all fashion entrepreneurs that are seeking inspiration and want to meet like-minded people and connect with them and myself and learn how to optimize your business, how to be a successful fashion entrepreneur, how to build a profitable fashion brand so that it can be your main hustle. And so this is what I want to show you. And of course, it's going to be a week. So I'm going to do my best to show you all of the highlights in Bali, including a bunch of activities that I have lined up for you. So if you want to join me in Bali this August, I've left all of the information below so you can check it out, because we still have a few spots left. This is going to be an immersive experience with only 13 of you. So it's going to be very intimate, and we're going to be able to work one-on-one, face-to-face. And I know for some of you, that's going to be really valuable than actually learning from a screen, right? So again, this might resonate with you. And if it does, I really want to invite you to experience magical Bali. And therefore, it's hopefully going to continue to inspire you to build your fashion business. So if you want to join, check out the links below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram too at Start Your Fashion Business. And if you like this type of content where I share more of my personal story, do let me know, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.